Hello guys and welcome to the second episode of Warframe. This is going to be a series which we're not going to really do often, I don't think. I think we're going to record every so often so that we don't really burn ourselves out on this game and recording. Well, it's really your choice, you know. I can record quite often.
Basically, there's no actual schedule. It's just like...
Yeah, that's what I should have said. There is no real schedule when it comes to recording it of any of my videos. I just record when it feels right.
Yeah.
Oh, inviting me to a game, are you, you little slut? I'm joking.
Yeah. Anyways, do you want to try one of these new alerts that are on?
Let's try out Aphrodite, who is the Roman goddess of love, right?
I think it... Wait, the Romans just appropriated the Greek god, didn't they?
I'm not 100% sure. Aphrodite's the Greek god of love, then.
It's a god of love. I think this might be a nightmare alert, so it's very possible that we're just gonna get ruffle stomped, just saying.
Well, you know what, at least I can see the fact that even though you're great at the game, well, there are times when you fuck up.
Yes. Anyways, you are sure the recording is running well and like the volume is good and everything?
Yeah, I'm sure I did a test now. You're a lot louder now. I think when you said that you were a bit quiet, that was definitely, yeah, you were.
Let's do this. Time to die.
Yay!
Now this might be something that's called a nightmare alert. Nightmare missions have the really fun distinction of handicapping you. Like they may remove your shield permanently or drain your energy limit that forces you to kill enemies to get more time. Also, enemies do about triple damage.
There are some missions which are similar to nightmare missions, but they're not really. There is one which, as soon as you pretty much start, your oxygen starts sapping away, but it isn't that... Ah, this is the worst, right?
No, you have iron skin.
Yeah. I currently have 3 weapons in my arsenal. A level 2 Dread. I much prefer the bows, so I sort of got rid of the Latron Evil. Twin Gremlins, which are nail guns. And possibly one of my favorite boomerangs ever, the Kestrel. But you
enable iron skin.
Of course.
Okay.
Now, as you see in the bottom right, my energy is slowly coming back. That doesn't happen in the normal game if you don't have the mod Energy Siphon.
Or a teammate has the mod Energy Siphon.
Yeah.
By the way, this is what he mentioned. You get a time limit and you need to pick up little items that enemies drop to extend the time limit. This is a game mode called Survival.
The woman you are currently hearing is called Lotus, and she is the friendly AI, sort of similar to GLaDOS, except GLaDOS is a bitch and hates you.
Oh god. I'm down.
Really?
Well, you know, it's not known that she's an AI, it's just assumed.
One of the main things about this game is you have plenty of modifications to your weapons. Modifications that make your bullets explode, modifications that give you extra health or extra shields, and even modifications that give you explosive damage. So there is a lot of customization in the whole game.
Yeah, also I think we're gonna lose this, just saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
I told you, bro. Nightmare mission.
Is this the first time we've ever had a nightmare mission?
Yeah, and it's horrible. I can't... Ugh.
Oh god, I'm so scared.
Fuck this. I'm forfeiting.
Good idea. You know what? That was a really bad first impression.
Yep. Let's do a mission we can actually not get completely stomped in.
Yeah. I got Switch Teleport, which Sometimes you'll get mods for Warframes that aren't specifically yours. They aren't scrapped or anything, they're just kept in your stash until you eventually get that Warframe.
Well, you can also sell them, or you can use them to upgrade other mods. You can use them to...
Yeah.
Process that it's... Wait, let me explain this. It's a thing called transmutation, where you sacrifice a few mods, spend a lot of credits, and you get a new random mod back. It's like gambling. And depending on the rarity of the mods you use, you get a similar rarity as a result. Therefore, getting extra Warframe mods that you're not using can be good for transmuting. Yeah.
Yeah, now, I currently have 2 Warframes in my arsenal. One called Excalibur, and who has slash dash, where he dashes forward and slashes anyone who gets in his way. Radial blind, which blinds all enemies in a small radius for several seconds. Super jump, where he jumps 3 times higher than normal. And radial javelin, which launches javelins towards enemies, dealing high damage and impaling them to walls. Now, when you first start the game, you get a choice from 3 Warframes. The first is Excalibur. Then it is Mag, and the third is Vault. Mag is to do with magnetism, and Vault is to do with electricity. Excalibur is more to do with sword play and things like that.
Can I try to explain a little bit?
Sure.
Having played all 3 of those frames, I would say Excalibur is about mobility, and he's also good for... what else? He's also good for disabling enemies. Vault is good for putting up temporary defenses, stunning enemies, and moving really fast. Mag is... well, honestly, he is not that great, really. Most of the community thinks that Mag is a little bit underpowered as of now, because most of her powers are either slow or weak or extremely situational. For any new players, I would not recommend picking Mag as a starter.
I would recommend picking Excalibur because he seems to be a good blend between mobility and strength.
Yeah, I would actually suggest Volt or Excalibur, just not Mag. Both are pretty good. Volt just... how do I explain this? Warframe powers that do damage usually fall off later in the game when you fight higher level enemies. For instance, Slash Dash is very powerful early in the game if you upgrade it, but when you get to really high leveled content, enemies will just laugh off your Slash Dashes. That's just how it is. Now, I don't know if the Digital Extremes, the company responsible, will change this and somehow make it scale better to higher level content, but as of now, damaging abilities are rarely good on higher levels. Yeah.
Yeah, which sort of makes some sense. I'm currently in the market right now, sort of showing them. The market is a place where you'll be, not often, but enough that you remember the layout quite easily. It will give you featured items and popular. A lot of these are bought with platinum. Mm-hmm. It will give you Warframes to buy. Blueprints as well as accessories. Warframes are bought with platinum, while blueprints are bought with credits.
Can I interject slightly?
Yes.
Well, the market is made to fool you into easily buying things with platinum. As you can see at the start page, everything costs platinum at the start page almost. And this is to draw the eye and more easily make you think, oh, well, fucking everything costs platinum, so people use platinum. But if you press the weapons tab, for instance, you see how small the buttons for blueprints are?
Tiny.
Yeah, but they are there. That's important. Blueprints are what you buy with credits, almost exclusively, but there are certain weapons you can buy with credit. Click primary weapons. Show them that.
I've clicked it.
Yeah. Certain weapons like the Bratton and the MK1 Bratton, MK1 Paris, and the MK1 Strun all cost credits. rather than platinum, which means you can actually buy a finished weapon instead of buying a blueprint and build it.
But if you are one of those who agrees with the mindset of a pay-to-be-lazy game, technically, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying it is technically a pay-to-be-lazy thing.
Oh.
You can get platinum and it will open up a web browser of how to buy platinum. The prices, I'd say, aren't that great. They're, for what's a free game, it definitely does seem like the prices are high.
Yeah. Oh, one thing about platinum. You can actually get a better price on platinum as a login reward. If you're really lucky, you can get 75% off on platinum as a login reward. I would say, if you plan on buying platinum, try to get a good, so-and-so percent off on your platinum purchase, so you get a little bit more. And there's another thing. Basically, you have a certain amount of weapons you can own at the same time. These are referred to as weapon slots. These slots cost platinum as well, but they're very cheap. Like, for instance, a weapon can cost 100 something platinum. 2 weapon slots costs 12 platinum. And you start out with 50 for free when you start playing for the first time. So, you guys, if you start playing platinum, don't waste your platinum on something stupid. I suggest using it to get weapon or Warframe slots. Don't buy a scarf or something. That's not the best thing to do. Oh,
I mean, I know the color bundles look really good with the Infested and the Eximus and the Tenno, but please, keep your money in your wallet. It's a smart thing to do, and you'll be a lot better for it.
yeah,
Because
well,
when...
75 platinum is not very much for like a color palette. That's like how many pounds is that?
How much is... I don't know, I can't remember.
Whatever. The point. Another thing I need to mention about buying a weapon with platinum. A weapon bought with platinum comes with its own slot, so you don't need to buy a slot for a weapon you buy with platinum. They are also upgraded with a rare item that you can get for free if you play normally and you're slightly lucky. I have a few of those, which basically give a weapon twice as much space for mods. Therefore, they can practically become twice as powerful. So if you buy a weapon with platinum, they have a higher potential than a weapon you build yourself and then upgrade yourself. But they don't have something you cannot achieve without paying money. It's just a shortcut.
Exactly. As stated before, this is a pay-to-be-lazy game.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, we shouldn't bore them with that, because that's what the previous video was for.
Yes, it was. Definitely.
Let's
get to killing things. That's more fun.
Yeah, let me see. Jupiter. You should probably introduce them to the different factions first. Like, for instance, let's do a mission on Mercury. I think your bow is pretty low level, isn't it?
It's just a level 2, yes.
Okay. What level is your other stuff? Wait, I can see that. Twin Gremlins, Kestrel, and... Let's show them a extermination mission on Mercury, so they can get introduced to the Grineer, the first enemy faction.
Grineer, I hate them. They're dumb. They smell. They look like they smell like shit.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Yep.
I just get it. Also lags really annoyingly while you're in the middle of controlling it. So it's like, fuck you. You can't have your fun.
Yeah, we are inside the Grineer ship. You're going to kill every single one of them. We are the good guys, maybe.
Maybe. It's very morally grey.
Yep. Anything you want to explain to...
The controls in this game are simple to use and yet hard to master. I'd say this is true of a lot of games. But you have the simple WASD controls. Shift is sprint. I currently have my controls mapped to a different... currently mapped to not the default, but I've changed things around a bit. So I can melee by One of the things I recommend if you're going to play this game is changing melee to mouse wheel down. It's incredibly useful and helps give you quick reflexes.
And if you have another button on your mouse, I recommend putting a melee attack button as well, so you can control your swings a little bit more.
And also if you have something such as a Kestrel, which is the only ranged / melee weapon in the game, is that correct?
And there's a glaive as well, which is basically the same thing, except it doesn't push people as far as it does.
So having like having the side button on your mouse mapped to the attack lets you control your Kestrel and throw it properly without having to hold down the weapons button and take it out manually.
I don't think you need to explain controls though. That's like something that people customize themselves. I think you need to talk more about the concepts of playing instead. Just go forth and show them what combat is like.
Combat is, well, let's just say it's like this. You find an enemy and you shoot them in the face. Enemies are smart and will take cover.
Well, they're not smart, but they're not completely retarded either.
They do know how to fight. There are a lot of times. Here we have a special enemy. He has a weapon that leeches life whenever it hits you, and he has enhanced health, meaning that you have to hit him once or twice to kill him.
Yeah. Now it might seem that we're completely plowing through this, but because it's a low-level mission, and we didn't downgrade our equipment in order to show it off. That's not very professional of us, but whatever. We're not professionals.
Yeah, we've just started this out. This is literally his third video with me, because we did have a Warframe video original, but it got corrupted, which sucked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna show them the hacking, maybe?
Oh, the hacking in this game is just imagine Watch Dogs, yet just a bit better. It's still simple. It seems like Deus Ex, but it also seems like Watch Dogs in the fact that it's really simple to do.
I wouldn't know. I never played Watch Underline Dogs.
I never play Watch Underline Dogs with that really bad protagonist.
That you always like to complain about.
I always complain about Aiden Pierce because he was a shell of a man. Like, there was really no reason for us to care about his daughter, and yet they forced it down our face.
Well,
down our
that's
throats.
how they write video game stories nowadays. So like, this is a person, this is why you should care. Go and care now.
What about Spec Ops The Line?
What?
Spec Ops The Line, what about that, eh?
Well, that's like one of the, what are they called? Exceptions to the rule.
I think that was like, everything about that game said it was going to be a generic brown and black shooter, but no, it was not. It was.
That's the part of the thing where it like starts out and like, yeah, we're totally gonna do this, chest bumps, and then it just turns on you, and then you feel bad afterwards. I love games that make me feel bad. I just like.
I like games with a twist. I'm gonna be picking up Shadow of the Colossus, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, I got like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and stuff like that, like the first 3 ones for PS2.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty excited to get Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing a PC game that's played on PS4, and now we're talking about PS2.
Well, you know, the PS2 was a good console.
It was a fantastic console.
Yeah, I had the
Same as a Game Boy, GameCube. Game Boy was fun as hell though as well, like the handheld.
Never had a Game Boy.
But still, it was the first time like you had gaming in the palm of your hands.
Yeah, it was interesting, and it also ate batteries like a fucking monster as far as I know.
Anyway, as you may see in the top left, I forgot to explain this, is your map. You can extend it by pressing the corresponding button, which is obvious. It shows you where the enemies are, and it shows you where you've been.
An interjection. It only shows where enemies are in the extermination missions, where the goal is to kill enemies. Otherwise,
of course, it doesn't.
Unless you put in a mod that shows enemies if they're close enough to you.
In the top right, it shows my health and shields along with his. The green bar under that is, well, it's stamina. As you see, I'm running around and the green bar is running down. The bar under that is your level up meter.
Yes.
In the bottom right is your ammo count, the level of your current weapon, and your current mods. Your 4 main mods. One of which 4 main powers. Sorry, one of which is Iron Skin, a Rhino. Every Warframe has 4 mods that can only be used by that specific Warframe. So no Excalibur or Mag can't use this power, which gives you extra shield. Well, extra protection. It's
weird.
It's very much you have to like try out the different Warframes to find which ones you like.
Oh, and just a heads up to everyone, this game is pretty violent, yo. It's saying.
Yeah, and normally like it's really fun to play with friends, but that doesn't mean it's not fun solo. It is still incredibly fun solo.
Well,
It's just you may need some help. You may need to use a few revives if you're just starting out.
yeah, I recommend playing in public mode. Maybe you can earn some friends that way, or maybe just find a friend that you can start playing together with. Just pick 2 different frames with a friend.
Or if you would like to play with me and Frederick, just drop down a message, I suppose.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking...
Well, that's really your choice, Frederick. I don't mind playing with someone who's pretty much brand new to the game, but, you know, you may not want to baby them, sort of.
I'm already babying you. It might be too much babying.
Shut up!
I've played over 1,000 hours. I'm basically babying you constantly.
Quiet, senpai.
Senpai, what are we doing on the bed? Palms.
Oh, God's sake.
I'm terrible, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're weird people. Holy shit, 72 hours of Warframe.
Wow.
Wait, let me just... This is my second most played game.
Okay.
Prison Architect beats it by 4 hours.
Really?
Holy crap.
We should do a more challenging mission now.
Should we sort of, every like mission, we sort of start recording again?
Well, how long is this recording?
Like 22 minutes, so sort of cut them up into easily digestible chunks, yeah?
I guess you could, since we spent so much time just faffing about before we started.
Of course. Next time we'll have 2 missions. 2 missions, guys.
Yeah.
Goodbye.